Hey, St. Anthony Parish and St. Mary's Parish in Shumway. It's Father Mark here. Want to send out a video on the family as a school of virtue. Because obviously right now we're spending a lot of times with our family in the quarantine mode and shelter in place. But also over the last week as a church, we reflected on the Holy Family some. We had St. Joseph feast last week. Today, the Annunciation of Mary, her great yes to God's will. And Pope Paul VI has a wonderful reflection on the Holy Family as being a school of virtue. And the Holy Family is kind of a template for every family. And family provides wonderful opportunities to practice the virtues. That's why it's a school of virtues. And school, it can be frustrating at times, it can be stressful, it can even be boring, but also be life-giving, joyful, exciting friendships. Same way for family life. That, let's be honest, family life sometimes is stressful and frustrating. We don't always get along. Sometimes meals can be boring, but also family life is extremely life-giving, joyful, exciting. We love our families. And it provides those opportunities to grow in virtue, because virtues must be practiced. Just like swinging a golf club, swinging a baseball bat, shooting a basketball, playing notes on the piano, all these type of things are hard at first, but the more you practice them and do them right, they become natural. Same way with virtue, that they're these firm dispensation, these habits of doing the good. And families give us tons of opportunity for them. So for example, like the virtue of patience, right? That a kid can get frustrated with their parent, a child can, and maybe it's out of their control, and so they can practice patience with their parent, giving them the benefit of the doubt that the parent loves them and wants the best for them. Or vice versa, the parent can be struggling with the child, trying to maybe work on them with homework, or maybe they're trying to learn to ride the bike and they just can't get it. That parent can practice patience there and kind of imitate God's patience with us, slowly forming us. But there's so many other virtues. For example, courage. Family offers the opportunity because we face difficult moments, things going wrong in our family, and to have those tough conversations, those open dialogues, or maybe standing up for a family member. Or the virtue of justice. Every parent can testify to this, that you love each child deeply, and you're just and you're fair and you're equal to them, but it's not the same. That you have a unique relationship with each child, and so you don't discipline in the same way. Same fair discipline, but you might give it out in a different way. And then finally, the virtues of faith right now is so important. Why God allowed all this stuff to go on, I don't know. But I do know that God did allow it, and that we can search for the Lord's will in this, and that have that act of trust like Joseph and Mary, and take advantage of this more time with family and etc. to kind of take advantage to practice that virtue of faith with your family, maybe praying together as a family, like the Divine Mercy Chaplet, for example, a wonderful prayer to pray as a family during this time. But as St. Paul says, all these virtues and everything are bound together by the virtue of love, the virtue of charity. And we really, really learn how to love in our families, because our families know our weaknesses, our strengths. They know us through and through. And so it is a true choice to love each other, that they're really loving me as my authentic self. And that is extremely life-giving. And that's the love of Christ. That he loves us through and through, knows our strengths, our weaknesses, our struggles, our joys. He knows it all, and he chooses to love us. That authentic love that sacrifices for us. And families do that all the time, where you sacrifice for one another out of love. And so just a brief reflection for you as you have this more family time. Take advantage of it. Look as an opportunity to be a school of virtue, and ask for St. Joseph and Mary for help during this time, seeking the Lord's will in it all. Well, thanks, and God bless you all.